Following the events of 2 September in the southern Soloman Sea, Allied morale increased sharply throughout the theater of operations as a reported 8 additional Japanese ships were sunk in the battle, including a Congo-class battleship, a light carrier, and 2 heavy cruisers. As elements of the Enterprise Strike Force and Australian bombers from Milne Bay and Cooktown returned from battle, Admiral Nimitz's staff were already adjusting the scope of Operation Watchtower, adding the entire Soloman Island chain to the list of their objectives. With even more men and material entering the theater, including the return of Saratoga as Enterprise withdraws for aircrew replacements, and a Japanese fleet suffering heavy losses, Nimitz felt confident that now was the time to take the fight to the enemy. Hello, welcome back to War on the Sea. It is September 2nd, 1942, day 28. It is a little past 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we just finished this large battle in the southern Soloman Sea. Right around this area here, we have our aircraft from Enterprise on the way back to Enterprise, which is sitting right here. And I'll show you how many aircraft we have left. Wildcats, we have, I think, 24, because I left 12 of them here, I believe. Yes. So we have 24 Wildcats, 16 Dauntlesses, and I think like 10 or so Avengers? 12 Avengers. So I'm probably what I'm going to do with the 145 command points is we're going to get the Saratoga back here. Let's go ahead and do that. New Sea, just the Saratoga. We're going to bring her back into the Soloman Island Theater. There she is. We'll grab her right now. And that leaves us as 25 command points. I wish I had a destroyer escort for her. I don't think I have any nearby destroyer. I have the porter. I think what I might do is detach the porter. Let's do that. And we'll have the porter come back and rendezvous with her somewhere around here. And the rest of the Task Force 10 is on its way with supplies to Guadalcanal. We should be okay. I'm going to leave the Enterprise in the area. I was going to bring her back because she's going to be leaving anyway. So I'm going to bring her back to about right here, and she's going to run combat air patrols until Saratoga arrives, or at least until she's close. And then I'm going to have her head back. That way she can provide cover for these transports. Task Force 1 is sitting here in the slot in the New Georgia Sound, and I'm bringing her back a little bit as well. Oh, right. Task Force 11 has arrived here. I can't pronounce that, but we're going to take it. Let's go ahead and unload cargo here. And now we have 300 troops here, 200, and this little island is now ours. Let's bring Task Force 11, I guess, back to Guadalcanal. So we need to keep shuffling troops and supplies to these islands that we've taken recently. What else is happening? The Australian Air Force is on its way back, I believe. Where are they? We have some... Right, Mitchells and Liberators on the way back. And the Beaufighters. I think we lost most of the Beauforts. Mitchells are on the way back. Alright, with the rest of the command points, look at this. Look at the supplies down here at Cairns. 3,500 troops. What is that? 15,000 supplies. Tons of engineering and fuel. Over here at Cooktown, lots of fuel. So we need more transport ships here. We have 1, 2, 3 C3s. We're going to get 2 more. I think that's about all we can afford. So let's get those going. Now I looked at Australian transports, and they're really just not gonna work for me. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is all we have right here. The Centaur class. And it's just not good enough. I mean, it's only 5 command points, but I can get a C3 for 12. And it can take 1,600 cargo. So we're not going to do those, unfortunately. So let's just get a few more C3s. Okay, and that leaves us with 1 command point. I think that was well spent. We do need the carrier to replace Enterprise because her air crews are starting to... I'm about half strength or less. And we definitely need more transports down here. Now, I would like to get some of this supply to the Soloman Island chain. However, as stated in the intro, I am making changes to this campaign. My own victory conditions, basically. We are taking Santa Isabel, Shortland Islands, Bougainville, and Buka. I've added that to my list of my own objectives, plus the Australians are going to go after Buna. That's what we're doing. We have plenty of troops and supplies over here. So we're going to load up and bring them over to Milne Bay. Once we get Milne Bay, once we have a bunch of troops and supplies and ships and our aircraft built up here, we're going to go after Buna. There can't be that many troops here, but we're going to find out. We have lots of troops. We have 3,700 here. We have 5,000 here. We have 3,500 here. We have plenty, so we're going to start bringing them up. How many troop transports? We only got 1 troop transport, but that'll be fine because they can carry 2,100. I forgot how many troops. It was quite a bit of troops they can carry. I think it's 2,000, 2,100. So that's pretty much it. We're going to get Task Force 12 here. I combined all the ships. We're going to load them up. Let's see if let's go ahead and load them up now, I guess. Okay, here's what we have. In each ship, we have this C3 is loaded up with engineering parts. Supplies, engineering parts. No, this one has troops. This one has an engineering parts and fuel. And there's not much left here at New Hebrides. I mean, as soon as the troops and supplies come in, they're gone. Except for the fuel, which is why we have tankers coming back. So let's get Task Force 12 at least headed towards Renal Island, and then we'll adjust course when we get close. Lastly, Task Force 10. I had them headed to Renal Island, but I don't really need the supplies here. Are they fully loaded? They are, so they will be headed to Guadalcanal to drop those off. And again, I should have plenty of air cover here. This is the situation on Florida Islands. And I probably, when Task Force 11 comes back, we'll probably shuttle some more supplies here and get this taken care of. Probably today, hopefully. And that's it. We're just going to let this run now and see what happens. I did send up some Kitty Hawks to see what these bombers are here. They're just stationary sitting here. So let's see if we can find them and shoot them down. We got 4 Kitty Hawks. P-40s. And probably a lone... Yeah, it's a lone Kate. We'll take care of her real quick. And there she goes, down in flames. Okay. Return to base. Actually, we still have some range. This says that there may be a sub here. Let's go take a look and see if it's still there. I didn't find that sub near Milne Bay, but this one looks interesting. I sent 3 A-20s up here with bombs. And I'm going to see if we can find it. Right away, we're going to get... Oops, I don't want to retreat. I want to 400 feet. And then hopefully we can see this sub. It's supposed to be over here somewhere. Alright, it is indeed here. So let's target it and tell them to attack. And I don't know if we're going to get over there in time. We'll see. We got our bomb bay doors open. And I armed them with, it was, I think it was 6 500-pound bombs each. So I'm hoping one of them hits. Nah, it got under the water before we could do anything. Alright, we'll leave. And have them return to base. Okay, we're at Cairns. And I want to have these two merge. And then, okay, we got a Jenkins, we got a destroyer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 C3s, troop transport, 2 fuel ships. So let's manage cargo, load them up, and get them going to Milne Bay. Okay, here's what we're loaded up with. Troops on the Jenkins. Supplies, supplies, supplies. More troops. Fuel, fuel, supplies, supplies. That leaves at Cairns this here. We still got plenty of supplies, engineering parts. But I need supplies more than anything. Because really, I'm going to be building up the airfield here, and then I'm going to stop building up infrastructure here, and then we're just going to stockpile troops and supplies for our operation against Buin. So let's get Task Force 31 heading up to Milne Bay. It appears that there are Japanese fighters appearing in the sky down here, southeast of Guadalcanal Island. My lightnings have already taken out one of them. It was a Claude. It was an A5M Claude. I'm going to see if I can see if this, and those are generally from light carriers. We're going to see if this is the same thing. Which it probably is. Our visibility isn't that great. It's only 32%, but I'm hoping... There they are, right over there. Looks like there... Is that our group? No, those are zeros. Okay, so that, I think, confirms it. There is a carrier down here. Three of them. Let's see how my 7 P-38s handle this. Okay, there's more and more of them showing up. We had the fight down to 3 versus 3, and then 2 more zeros showed up. So there's definitely... I'm gonna leave, disengage. They keep showing up. So let's have them, the P-38s, return to base. And let's launch some aircraft from the Saratoga. And we'll launch maybe 15 Wildcats. Okay, I chased a group of Zeros to New Hebrides and then they just disappeared. I don't know what happened to them. There's another group coming in though. So we'll see if we can find this group. It's getting rather late. Could not find them, so we're going to return to the carrier. Although, I'm probably going to have that Saratoga hang out down in this area for a while. Just in case. Have them hang out down here, patrol down here. Hopefully the porter gets over here soon. They should rendezvous in... How long is this going to be? About 2.5 hours. And we'll keep looking. Let's have them return to base. Task Force 11 has arrived back at Guadalcanal. It is 8, it's almost 9 p.m. We'll load them up with, I think, just supply. Alright, let's dump the supplies here. And what do we look like here in Florida Island? That's enough supplies. We have 2,000 supplies, 1,300 troops. That should do it. Probably another day of combat, and we should have that. I'm going to leave that there. How far? Where are we on the tanker? They're still a good 8 hours away. Task Force 10. Probably about the same amount of time. Maybe a little sooner. I'm going to take a look here. That's 3.5. Yeah, about 10 hours. Alright, we're in the dark now. So, and all the aircraft, the search aircraft are returning to base. Ooh, it looks like the porter has rendezvoused with Saratoga. And again, I think I'll probably stay down here in the morning and look for that light carrier. Task Force 2 is on its way down to this area just in case we need her. We need Enterprise to head back anyway, so we'll bring her down here as well. And maybe in the morning we'll get to sink another carrier. As Task Force 11 was leaving Guadalcanal, we came across an encounter. Probably a sub. It is dark. So we'll see if we can spot this sub. I think right away we're going to turn on... That is sonar, yes, okay. Turn on all sonar. See if we can spot it. It's going to be hard detecting. Yeah, let's slow down. Everyone slow down to whoops. Let's break formation. And have them slow down a bit. Maybe 15. See if we can hear the sub. Okay, we got torpedoes in the water here. Oh, they're headed... Okay, this should be fairly simple. Increase speed on the Radford and turn hard starboard. What is this? The Chevalier. Turn starboard. Same with the Lavalette. Same with the Strong. Increase speed. Actually, the Radford, what we'll do is we'll slow way down as we turn. And those should miss us, I hope. Radford, rudder midships. And let's go find that sub, shall we? Alright, we're coming up on the Type B. It's at 7 knots. We're at 8. Trying to line this up so we get a pretty decent drop here. Alright, we'll send, I guess, 3 now. Okay, the Lavalette will turn away, pick up speed, and we'll bring in the Chevalier. The Radford I'm trying to get turning, but it keeps on doing its own thing, so I guess I'll let it continue to do its own thing. Let's have them slow turn. I didn't check the... Let's check the report. Heavy damage, critical flooding. We may not even need to do much of anything else. Well, I was moving up on her for another run, and she sank. So that's it for her. Let's continue on course. And we sank another sub. Earned 1 command point. Alright, it's 12:23. Task Force 11 has arrived. Unload all cargo. Let's take a look at Russell Islands. 1,000 troops, 800 supplies. Looks good to me. Let's head back to Guadalcanal. Load up again. And then I will probably... I don't think I'm ready for Vela la Vela. I was thinking about it, but I'm going to wait until I get a carrier back over here to take that island. And I might... I don't know if I can get over there in 5 hours. I don't think I can. How long would it take me from here? Yeah, that's 5 hours by itself. So we'll see. We'll at least get back over there and load up. And then we might wait for a little bit of air cover. One of the carriers. Enterprise is here. She might be able to supply some. We have 24 Wildcats. Alright, September 3rd, 5 a.m. Some search aircraft are up. Others aren't, because I have to redo all of these search patterns. They're all kind of messed up because of game. When you save the game, it kind of messes up all the search patterns. And I have to redo them. So when they launched, I just told them to land. So probably in half an hour I can do them. I do have some search aircraft up from Enterprise. I have 3 Dauntlesses out to search for that possible task force. You know what I might do? I'm going to go ahead and have the Saratoga proceed up to this area as quickly as possible. She'll link up with Enterprise, take most of her ships, except for a destroyer, and proceed up here. We'll leave the Enterprise here with a destroyer and her aircraft. If she does find a light carrier, I should be able to take care of her. We'll see. Should be able to. I got plenty of fighters. So let's have them navigate over to about here. And we'll continue. Task Force 10 dump their cargo at Guadalcanal. This is what it looks like now. And they're on their way back. The tanker here has not quite reached. And Task Force 11 has reached Russell Island. They dropped off some supplies and they're taking the rest of them over to New Georgia. That's our situation right now. Okay, it's 5:30. All search aircraft are up. The tanker has finally reached Maleta. Let's have it unload the cargo, and now we should have enough at Maleta. We do, to increase the airfield, which we will. And let's see what we got here at Maleta. So, well, for now, 8 Lightnings, 7 Havocs, 9 Catalinas, 3 Sunderlands. I think that's going to go up, but we'll see. Let's get the tanker out of here. Bring it down south and get it out of the area. Task Force 11 is still on its way to New Georgia. Here's Task Force 1. I pulled them back a little bit until I can get some more air cover up here from one of these. I thought Task Force 13 had rendezvoused, but not quite there yet. Search planes, haven't found anything. We're still looking. Here's this float plane, Japanese float plane. I'm not sure what they're looking for. We'll continue. Alright, Task Force 13 and 2 are now close by. So let's have them... Let's just have 13. I'm just going to have them all merge, and then we're going to take Enterprise and I guess Porter. We'll have them split. Task Force 2 with the 2 light cruisers and 4 destroyers will now continue on its course up to New Georgia. It's up to Guadalcanal and the New Georgia Sound. That'll be its patrol area, along with Task Force 2, Task Force 1, actually, which is sitting here. Okay, and again, we're still searching, haven't found anything yet. Oh, Task Force 29 now will make its way back to New Hebrides. Well, it appears we missed a carrier coming out of Rabaul. I didn't see it until it was well past the Kingfish, which is very disappointing, and now I won't be able to catch up. So we'll just, I don't know, maybe we'll stalk it. Let's stalk it, and maybe we'll be able to keep track of its location and see what it's doing. It's unfortunate that... Oh, here, what is this? It's just one ship, probably a destroyer escort. We'll just leave it alone. I don't think we need to mess with that. Okay, still moving cargo. What have we here? Do we have any fuel left here? We do. Is this close enough? Excellent. Grab some fuel and head back out. Alright, we finally reached New Georgia. We're going to unload the 200 supplies. New Georgia has 1,000 troops now and 1,100 supplies. Russell Islands, 1,000 troops. So now we're going to get this island up to 1,000 troops. So we'll bring Task Force 11 back. Oh, this looks interesting. I wonder what this could be. It says 6 ships. It could be a lot of supply ships, and if it is, we will have to go after it. See if we can find out what it is. They probably have destroyer escort. I don't see them. Oh, it's just one ship? Well, that's disappointing. I'll go after it. Probably send up some lightnings, I guess. How far away are we talking? 300 nautical miles. I'm sure we could... Oops. I can't launch for a little bit. That's because I launched some P-39s to try and find some aircraft down here. I could not find them. I suppose I could launch from here. I guess, yeah, the Beaufighters could do it. Let's do that. What is the range? 600? We'll just have them... Ooh, should we rocket? Let's rocket it. Let's bring 4. Actually, 2 should be enough. And right about here. Okay, I sent up some lightnings from Maleta. This group of Oscars, I believe, is harassing my Sunderlands. So we're going to try and shoot them down. Ooh, nice clear skies. Should be able to see them. Oh, it's a float plane, and it looks like we might be able to shoot it down by ourselves. The Sunderland gunners are going after it, and the Lightnings are coming in to help. There, we didn't need the Lightnings after all. Nice work. Nice work, gunner. And there was another group I saw being launched from Santa Isabel, so we will go take care of them as well. Okay, we have an encounter. We found them. Let's jump in and go get them. It's just, well, is it two? Oh, it's two float planes. I think they got one of my Lightnings. Yes, they did. Alright, I think there's one left. Right here. Okay, I'll have them return to base. I didn't see any others come up. Actually, they have... Well, we'll have them return anyway. If we see some other fighters launched, we'll send up some more Lightnings. We caught up to that one merchant vessel in the middle of the Soloman Sea. And there she is right there. Let's get down to... Oh, let's get down... I don't want to report. Let's get down to about 600, 500 feet. Target her. And actually, I think rockets would probably be better from the side. Alright, she's gonna sink. That was pretty cool. We'll just wait around for her to sink. And there she goes. Alright, we'll retreat. Got 2 more command points for that, so we now are up to 4. We can't really buy anything yet, but we'll keep stacking those command points. We're still trying to follow this carrier. I don't have the speed she does, but we'll keep up for as long as we can. Okay, I made the decision to send these 2 C3s. These are the ones that dropped off supplies at Guadalcanal. They were headed back to New Hebrides, but I'm going to send them down to Cairns because I'm already out of supplies here. I don't need them back here, and I have Task Force 12 still with 4 more of them, so we're gonna go ahead and send them to Australia. Maybe we can get more supplies moving down there. Not much else happening, still waiting for other developments. We'll keep you posted. It's noon, about 12:30 on September 3rd. Alright, Task Force 2 is caught up with Task Force 1. We are now going to have her head towards the Solomon Sea and possibly react to the carrier task force coming down this way. We'll send Task Force 1 in as well. And I might get an aircraft up. It looks like we have another encounter with subs with Task Force 11. She's on her way back to Guadalcanal. We'll get to that in a sec. The only search aircraft I have close by, you know, let's just send one from Milne Bay, I guess. A Catalina? You know, we could send two up there and... no. They probably have a lot of... Well, how far is this? How far is this? It's about 332 miles. And how far is it from... It's going to be farther from Russell Island and Melita, most likely. Yeah, so we'll set up a Catalina. See if I can keep track of it. I was thinking about sending both of them with torpedoes, but nah. Alright, let's get it up here. See if we can make contact and keep track of that thing. Alright, Task Force 11... Let's go ahead and begin. And what formation are we in? Okay. So we'll just get over here and watch out for torpedoes. Okay, I see the torpedoes coming out of the water right over here. So we'll have Radford brake, turn to port, hard port, slow down a little bit to about 5 strong. Same thing, turn, turn, turn. Okay. Have Radford speed up to get out of that spread. Strong, rudder midship, slow down a little bit more, turn actually. To starboard, slow down to about 10. See if we can spot that sub. Radford, rudder midship. Let's get going. Alright. Slow down. Alright, we should be able to find her now. She's in this area. Okay, got her. Let's move in. 13 knots is about right. Alright, after spending several minutes trying to keep my other destroyers from colliding, we're about to do a depth charge run on this one. And we'll do 3 like we did last time. I think that'll work. Just turn to the port just slightly. Slow down slightly as well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fire. So, I don't think we did a whole lot. Nope, we didn't. So, we need to reacquire and try again. Nice, got it right in the propulsion system. She's lost main power. And I think that may be it for our attack. Let's see what the report says. Moderate damage. Okay, we need another run. The Strong is close by. Okay, passing over her now. And we'll release 3 more. Let's go ahead and fire now. Okay, another sub down. And we'll retreat. Another command point. And we'll continue on our course back to Guadalcanal. So look what I found. Out north of Santa Cruz. Says there's a carrier here. We're going to take a look. What is a carrier doing all the way out here? If it is indeed one. There they... Oh my gosh. Why? Oh, it's a float plane. It's a light carrier. They probably got a battleship in here too, because, yep, they just have more points than... command points than sense at this point. So these are destroyers. I'm sure we got, like, heavy cruisers. And, yeah, it's the same type of task force. They're way out here, pretty far from Santa Cruz. What do I have over here? Ducks and... yeah, I'm not that concerned. I'm actually more concerned about the carrier task force over here. I have no idea what these things... I wonder where they're going. If we could see where they're going. Catalina has arrived. I will see if I can find that task force. We'll have it search in this area. Hopefully, maybe I can find it. We'll see. Okay, the Dauntlesses have returned to Enterprise. I'm going to see if I can get this a little closer. There we go. And we're going to have the Enterprise release and repair, and then we'll get her command points back in 3 days. There you go. Porter's going to stay here for when Enterprise comes back. And what time is it? It is about 8 o'clock. Almost 9. This is the situation. Task Force 31, loaded up with a bunch of goodies, is on its way to Milne Bay. Search aircraft are mostly landed. This is Task Force 2. Task Force 1 here. And the Catalina could not find that carrier. We're going to have to launch in the morning and see if we can get it, relocate it. Let's go ahead and load up these again, and we're probably this time, let's see, what do we need here? We could reinforce this some more. Or we could just go after Vela La Vela and, like, force things. Let's load up with some. Let's load up with, just in case. We could use both here, so we'll load up with both. Troops. And supplies. And we'll get them headed out in this direction. Can I go through here? I don't know if I can go through here. We'll put them right here. And then we'll decide what we want to do as soon as we get over there. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, it's 11:30 at night. Looks like the last of the search aircraft are headed home. And we're going to run this through the nighttime and get to the next day. I just want to bring back Task Force 2 a little bit. Task Force 11 is moving in. We have Task Force 12 with a bunch of supplies headed into Guadalcanal. Same with this tanker. Task Force 10 is on its way still. It's going to be a while before it gets to Australia. Alright, now I have to decide what I want to do with Task Force 11. Let's bring it over here. And you know what? We could probably make a run. Let's go ahead and make a run here. I'm sure we could get there before the morning. Well, we just arrived just as it was turning 5 o'clock. Let's go ahead and unload everything. And now we have Vela da Vela. What do we have here? 300 troops, 200 supplies. We'll get Task Force 1 headed back to Guadalcanal. We have Task Force 2 here to provide air cover if we need it. Search aircraft are up, I believe, everywhere. Still have these two coming back, approaching Guadalcanal. And that's the situation that we're going to leave it here with. And when we come back next time, hopefully we can find that carrier task force here. We're also going to be looking for the one that's up here really quickly and see if we can find them and see what its intentions are. But that's it again for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.